In today's video, I'm going to show you how to make 4 fun snacks for Halloween treats for your teenagers. In my house, I have 2 teenagers, and as much as they like to be older and not little kiddish, they still certainly love those fun little treats that I make for them and their friends. So today's video, I'm going to show you how to make cookie witch hats, donut hole acorns, cookie acorns, and Coffin Pop-Tarts with just a few simple ingredients. I have some mini Nilla wafers, I have pre-made pie crust, pre-made donut holes, pretzel sticks, the fudge stripe cookies, I have some Hershey Kisses, chocolate frosting, 2 different colors of cookie frosting, I have white and orange, and some jelly, just any flavor that you prefer. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, first up are cookie witch hats. These only need 3 ingredients. 1, you need these little fudge stripe cookies, Hershey Kisses, and some cookie icing. So all of these I purchased at Walmart. I'm just going to take these little fudge stripe cookies and I actually flip them over so the cookie side goes down, and then you unwrap some of your Hershey Kisses. And then you use this cookie icing. I just like to use the store-bought that's already made because it's very inexpensive and it's so much more convenient than making my own homemade icing. I'm just going to pipe a little squirt of icing on the bottom of this Hershey Kiss, and then I will place it right over the cookie. Now, what I like to do is just pipe a little bow on here so it looks like a real witch's hat and looks extra adorable. The fun thing with these is you can create every little witch hat to look different. You could put little polka dots on the Hershey Kiss to make it look like a polka dotted hat. You could do stripes, lots of fun different things that you can do. There we go. Now, this is a fun little treat for teenagers. All right, for these little acorn donut holes, it really doesn't get easier. So I have here some store-bought donut holes, a bag of stick pretzels, a can of chocolate frosting, and some sprinkles. These sprinkles were actually left over on the top of one of my cans of frosting that I had bought a long time ago, and I save it for instances like this. So let's go ahead and get started. All you do is take your donut hole, open everything up. You're going to scoop out just a little bit of frosting. This is probably about 1 teaspoon worth of frosting. Take a donut hole, and here's my trick. I like to lay it down on my platter first and figure out where this donut settles because the donut holes are not perfectly circular and they roll. So I like to find where it will stay put. So about there. So now I'm going to make this my top. I'm just going to frost around the top half of this donut with this frosting. And then I will take this little bowl of sprinkles and dip this in here. Cover all the frosting. Take a pretzel stick, stick it in the top, and voila, you have a cute little acorn donut hole. It looks adorable and they taste really good. I had this platter filled up before and my husband ate them all. Okay, and next up we have our cookie acorns. These only use 4 ingredients. Mini Nilla wafers. It's important to buy the mini size ones because they fit really well with the Hershey Kisses. Obviously Hershey Kisses, some pretzel sticks, and again our frosting, our cookie icing. I'm using orange. So what I'm going to do first is get a couple of these Hershey Kisses out of their wrappers. And then I'm going to take a pretzel stick, and you just need a tiny little piece. So I'm going to break these into 4 pieces. So you can actually get 4 acorns out of 1 pretzel stick. Next up, I'm going to take my Nilla wafers, and this is so easy, so easy. The Hershey Kiss becomes like your acorn, so I'm going to pipe a little frosting or icing here, take my Nilla wafer, this becomes the top of the acorn, then a little dab of frosting again, and put my pretzel stick on top. And now you have this adorable little acorn treat. You can put them on any kind of platter you have. I actually have this little acorn dish, so I like to use that because it just makes it more festive. So I'll make another one here. These are so easy. I made these a long, long time ago for my daughter's fall themed birthday party back probably in 2011 or 12. So the blog has all of these great recipes for all these fun little treats that the kids love really at any age. But once they become teenagers and they don't want to totally let go of that fun mom treat, these are really great things to make for your kids. So there we go. What I like to do with these is just store them in the freezer actually until I'm ready to use them. And then before the time to use it, I'll just pull them out, let them defrost a little bit. But I like to harden this cookie icing to make sure that these little pretzel stems don't fall off. Okay, next up for our fun Halloween treats for teenagers, we're going to make some Coffin Pop-Tarts, homemade Coffin Pop-Tarts. So what you need for this is your store-bought pie crust, some jam or jelly, whichever one you prefer and whatever flavor. And then after we bake these, we're gonna need some cookie icing in white. Now, the little trick to this is I always line my baking sheet with parchment paper, and then to make the coffin, I just take a piece of scrap paper, fold it in half, and then create my coffin design. So essentially, it will just look like a shape like that. Then I cut it out. So here's my little coffin, and I'm going to unroll my cookie dough now onto this baking sheet. And what I like to do is lay this on top of my dough and then take a knife and trace out this little coffin. The reason I like to do it this way with a template is because you're going to put two pieces of cookie dough together, or pie crust together. So if they're not the same size, your coffin won't really line up very well. So this is the easiest way to do this and make sure that you're making the most of the dough you have. So once you have two pieces cut out, you'll remove the dough. And the great thing is that this store-bought pie crust, you can re-roll this with a rolling pin and reuse it if you need to make more pieces. So I'll get this moved out of the way. And then what you do is you just line one of these coffin tins with some jelly. Take the top piece, put it on top, or the second piece and put it on top. Then you need a fork. And what I like to do is just crimp the edges of this. It just gives it a really cute little look. It also seals everything together. Then we'll bake this in the oven at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes. I would start checking around the 8-minute mark and just see how done your dough is. You don't want it to be too burnt or anything. Then once it's done in the oven, we will take the icing and just draw on a little extra design. So let me pop this in the oven. Okay, I've removed my Coffin Pop-Tarts from the oven. They did bake for about 14 minutes at 350 degrees. They're nice and crispy. Now what I'm going to do is just take this white cookie icing and I'm just going to create like little lines all over. I'm gonna keep this on my parchment paper so I can go over the edge of the pie crust, and then when I remove it, I won't have a mess everywhere. All right, and that's it. I will get these on the platter and let's see all of the wonderful, delicious Halloween treats we made today. All right, here are all of our Halloween treats. We have our Coffin Pop-Tarts, we have our donut hole acorns, we have our cookie witch hats, and we have our cookie acorns. These were all super easy to make. The kids love them, even the teenagers of the house. I hope you guys enjoyed these, and make sure you head on over to the blog at gatheredinthekitchen.com to find printable recipe cards for all of these, as well as many more delicious and easy treats for your family. Thanks so much for watching, and be sure to like and subscribe.